What is happening, y'all, and welcome back to the YBO podcast. With spring kicking into full gear, we decided to do a fun little bonus episode this week to talk about some of our plans with the upcoming turkey season and here soon our hopes for some Morrell mushroom hunting. So let's hop on into it. All right, let's get her. All right, everybody, we're back and we got Mr. Kendal McGuire, Clayton Hicks, and we were going to have Keaton on today, but he has to go take care of a stuck tractor. So, but no, this is going to be a bonus episode because we got springtime's moving in on us fast. And so that means spring turkey season and Morrell mushroom hunting. So our boys here are going to talk to us about, some of the ideas they have for the season and some of the things they're hoping for. And so let's go after it. We'll start with just turkey hunting. So both you guys are turkey hunters, right?
Correct.
Yeah, definitely.
So what is your hopes for this season?
Obviously to get a turkey. But my hopes for this turkey season, I guess youth season's coming up. I believe it's April 1st or April 2nd. And I'm actually doing a guided turkey hunt out at Melbourne Wildlife Area. And, they've been putting this on for the past 4 years, and for those past 4 years, they haven't been able to get a kid on a turkey. And so hoping to make that change and get somebody on a turkey this year for the youth. But other than that, I'd like to try to get a turkey with my bow, honestly. I shot some turkeys with a shotgun the past 4 years. Only turkey I've shot with a bow was during fall season, and it was actually a bearded hen. I was deer hunting, and then all of a sudden this turkey walked by and had a tag and decided to harvest it. But yeah, hopefully to get a tom with a bow this year.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be dope. What's the bow season for turkeys? Is it earlier at all?
It is. Yeah, it starts earlier. It's usually a week before shotgun.
Is that even advantageous, do you feel like?
I mean, you're able to get out there earlier. Maybe if you're hunting public land, you know where the turkey are. You have a higher advantage of getting that turkey before that shotgun hunter comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like
can you go through what the seasons are? What the season is in Kansas?
Yes, I can. I gotta look it up real fast.
Go ahead, Austin.
I was just saying, I feel like probably the most advantageous thing about bow hunting, if you are a public land hunter, is how many guys do you know go turkey hunting with a bow?
Yeah.
So it kind of, I feel like, opens a lot more doors and a lot more opportunities to get out there and not worry about other hunters coming in on top of you. So
I bet that's true.
That'd be hard, man.
Scouting, but it'd probably bow hunting for a turkey is just like so much harder. I don't really know any other people who are doing it, but I mean, crossbows are illegal bow hunting illegal archery take in Kansas. So, say what you want about that, but it's going to be a lot easier for those dudes running crossbows during archery season.
When you can just cross about 100 yards.
Yeah. Well, and you don't have to draw it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Big part of the turkey.
Imagine trying to draw a bow without a turkey seeing you, because obviously they see one thing out of sorts and they're see you later, but you have to pull that back a whole bow without them seeing that.
Yeah. And it's even hard to do in a blind. Like I've been in a blind and with a shotgun, and it's not foolproof. They can still see some movement. You bump side of the blind or whatever, but you almost have to be in a blind. Are you going to use a blind?
I have never hunted out of a blind for turkeys.
I know, but with
a bow, yes.
You need it,
probably. Man. I'm going to have to. But I might make it. I don't have a blind, but I'm debating on making it even more of a challenge and just not go with the blind.
Dude, more power to you. I swear, if you call any of us and you're like, guys, just got a turkey with a bow. All right, Kendal. And I was sitting completely in the open. Oh, wow.
But
Dude.
the seasons, look that up real fast. So youth starts April 1st, archery April 5th, and then firearms is April 14th. So,
and then goes through firearm ends when?
May 31st.
Yeah, that's a pretty long season.
Yeah, about a month and a half.
Yeah, and turkeys are gobbling the whole time. I mean, it's not like if you miss out on the first weekend that they're gonna shut up or anything.
Yeah,
just
I hunting late season just because they're more territorial, I think, and I like to hunt with the turkey fan.
Yeah,
it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to. I'll definitely have to try to go along so I can film something like that, because I've seen those videos of guys where they're sitting there with the damn fan and the turkey's just hauling ass straight toward them, and next thing you know, drop it, and the turkey's like, "The hell was that?" Bang. So I want to see that in person. I've seen plenty of videos. I've not gotten to experience that in person.
Definitely get an adrenaline rush.
I bet.
So much happens so quick.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
What about you, Clayton? You got any plans for turkey season this year?
Honestly, I'm going to be happy if I go out 2 Saturdays. I'm not a huge turkey hunter, and my time, I feel like, is just a little bit more limited. We have a property around Wichita where I can potentially hunt. I don't know on that this year, so I don't know. Me and Kendal were just talking. I might try and run up there and turkey hunt. I'm not kind of a turkey hunter by default. It's not something like I avidly pursue. I don't know how to mouth call. I'd like to learn how to mouth call, but I haven't taken the time to learn yet. But my brother and dad are excellent turkey hunters, excellent mouth callers each. They're always messing with their mouth calls in the truck. My brother's going to go do the youth hunt at Melbourne as well, to my knowledge. And I think he's going to give y'all other guides a run for your money as far as getting a kid on a turkey. My brother's pretty crafty, and like I said, he's a good caller. He's going to go scout on Friday, so we'll see. I hope y'all get a kid on one. That's pretty
it's kind of surprising.
Getting kids for 4 years on a turkey.
That's disappointing. But
yeah, I'm equally excited for mushroom season though. So if I go up and turkey hunt with Kendal, it'll probably be a thing where we turkey hunt in the morning and then mushroom hunt in the evening or afternoon anyway.
Oh.
And if you don't know what mushrooms are in season, it is the Morrell mushroom. And they are a growing mushroom that is wonderful to eat. You need, what were you saying, Kendal? Evening temperatures in the 50s, daytime temperatures in the 70s consistently, and they start showing up typically in dead, near moisture, near dead timber, old growth timber. And it's even better if there was a burn the previous year.
Yeah. Yep. And then Keaton was actually telling me, but up by Melbourne Wildlife Area, they've got a lot of plum thickets, and supposedly that's where they find morel mushrooms in there a lot. Up where he is. So.
I wouldn't have ever thought of that.
I didn't either until Keaton said something, but you learn something every day.
My dad and I have picked sand plums a lot, and my brother too, and a friend of ours. We got into picking sand plum and making sand plum jelly. And all those sand plums, I mean, they can be the size of a small apple, and they all got to fall off and die. So that creates a lot of dead matter every year if it's a sand plum thicket that's producing.
Exactly.
No, it sounds like I like how you mentioned going up to go do turkey hunt, and then in the evening or that late afternoon doing morel hunting. I'm like, Jesus, just going grocery shopping, aren't you guys?
Like, I think it was last year or the year before, I went turkey hunting and ran across some mushrooms, and I said, screw turkey hunting, let's go morel hunting. And so
right.
mean, it's a win-win during this time of year because you either find some turkeys or you find some mushrooms.
Yeah. Or if you get a little bit of both, right?
Exactly.
So,
Man, I must say, even though I'm not like the most enthusiastic turkey hunter in the world, I am very fascinated by them. They're amazing animals. And Megan and I were taking a walk. We live in Wichita, and off of Rock Road and 13th on the northeast corner of Rock and 13th, there's a big open patch of ground where there's no houses. There is a subdivision back there, but there's like probably a half section of open ground and some woods, and there's turkeys hang out over there. And there's a walking path over by there. And me and Megan were walking the other night, and I heard this owl hooting, and I was like, "Oh, that's neat." So I hooted back at this owl, and then after I hooted back, I heard turkeys gobble like 100 yards away. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're fascinating.
It's interesting to get a gobble from a turkey because, like, crow calls, you can get a gobble from them. Slamming your door will get a gobble. It's honest. It is fascinating.
Yeah.
They are kind of goofy too, man. I just love watching them walk, like do their meander, and anytime they gobble, their damn neck shoots up and like the little flap on their face is wobbling. I don't know. It just seems so goofy to me just watching that. But well, yeah, you kind of mentioned Clayton, you specifically mentioned going up to like hang out with Kendal. So are you guys thinking like trying to hit up private land, or are you thinking about any public land?
I'm thinking private land.
Yeah, it's gonna be private.
Yeah.
It's close to where I live and know where the birds are for the most part.
Yeah. So. Don't have to worry much about other hunters stepping on your toes, kind of thing too, either, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're it's a lot safer because on public land you might have a hunter who sees that fan flashing and might shoot your way. So
yeah, and I mean some hunters just get so desperate they don't take the time to figure out like is that a real turkey or is that somebody, like they just see that one flutter and they're like
yeah.
So, that makes sense.
I don't know the statistics, but I do get the impression just from stories that turkey hunting is one of the more dangerous, as far as maybe not fatal, but likelihood of getting shot, one of the more dangerous hunting seasons.
Oh, I would not be surprised at all. That I feel like of all the hunting that I've done or any of us have done, I don't know, just the thought of walking out there and even the slightest movement, guys getting all edgy and popping up trying to go for something. Yeah, I don't know. That would make sense to me.
Well, and you're not wearing orange.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in thick timber, and people who, like you had mentioned, just are anxious and they're just not thinking and they're identifying what they're shooting at. And then on top of that, you might be carrying around a decoy, or you carrying around that fan that looks like a turkey. And it's just a dangerous thing.
Yeah. I actually was listening to a podcast the other day. It was a meat eater podcast. And I can't remember the guest that they had on the show, but he was talking about how there's some states that are actually in their laws and regulations that state that you have to wear orange on the way into your setup for turkey hunting so you don't get shot at.
Yeah, that seems smart.
Yeah. That would make sense to me to do something like that. So honestly, even if there wasn't legislation or anything in place for that, for people just to naturally do that in the first place, of like, please don't shoot me, I'm just trying to get to the spot. Yeah. So
I can tell my turkey story from last year.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like we're lucky because I kind of itched a big turkey scratch last year in a way, just because I had an awesome hunt. My dad and I went out to the spot. We parked. We did like a crow call or an owl call. Turkeys were gobbling off the roost, like literally maybe 200, 100 yards away. So we went, we probably walked maybe 100 yards, maybe less. Got set up. It started light started to come up, and my dad, did a turkey call and called like he was coming off the roost, and we had a feather and we were banging on the ground and stuff. And then we could hear them, and they came down off the roost. And 2 minutes later, there were two toms walk out right in front of us, and my dad and I were on opposite sides of the tree, and they came out in front of me, and I shot one. And I said, "Dad, stand up. You can get this other one," because this other one kind of trotted off. But after you shoot a turkey, they're not always real smart and real keen on what's going on. So he kind of like ran 10 yards and then just like stood there trying to figure out what happened to his buddy. And my dad shot that one. And that turkey hunt. That was my only time attempting last year. Yeah. And it took us 20 minutes. So
oh, damn.
It'd be really nice if that happened again, but I doubt it will.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's like mine and my sister's hog hunt back in January. Like we each had hog hunts, and dude, we had both bagged a hog within the first 5 minutes of the hunt. Mine was within 5 minutes of being in the stand. Hers, we didn't even make it into the stand when she was already shooting. So yeah, those kind of hunts, man,
that's awesome.
They're memorable as hell, all hell, because you're just like, wait a minute, I just got here.
Yeah. So abnormal.
Yeah, but well, cool deal. So at the end of the season, hopefully you guys are successful. I would love to try to go for turkey this year too. So if any of us or all of us are successful, we'll definitely have to hop back on to share those fun little stories. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was good talking to you guys tonight.
Yes, sir.
Fun talking. Well,
yeah. So yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck on your hunts this season, and hopefully we can come back and share with folks. But if anybody else is interested in sharing their own stories, we'd love to try to get them on too. So anybody listening, please go follow any of our socials and hit us up if you got a cool story. We'll definitely love to hear it. So anyways, all right, boys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Adios.
All right. See you, gentlemen.